Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're diving into a super practical topic directly based on official guidelines: how to navigate the Oklahoma Medicaid or Sooner Care renewal process. We're going to break down exactly how to renew your coverage online so that it's a simple, straightforward, and totally stress-free task. Let's get right into it. Did you know that literally thousands of Oklahomans risk losing their vital healthcare benefits simply because they miss one basic online renewal step? It's crazy, but it's true. Missing a simple administrative deadline, like, say, forgetting to update a mailing address, is actually one of the leading reasons people lose their Medicaid coverage, not because they're actually ineligible. By the end of this explainer, you're going to know exactly how to avoid those common pitfalls. So the magic number you've got to keep in mind here is 12. The Oklahoma Healthcare Authority, the folks who manage Sooner Care, review your eligibility every 12 months. It's an annual cycle. And honestly, just being aware of that timeline is your first line of defense in keeping your healthcare benefits active. Now keep your eyes peeled for this official seal. This is the logo for the Oklahoma Healthcare Authority, or OHCA, the official agency overseeing your Sooner Care benefits. You absolutely want to watch out for any official mail carrying this logo, because those notices contain your specific deadlines and personal requirements. All right, here's our quick roadmap for today. 1. Understanding renewal. 2. Preparation. 3. Step-by-step online renewal. 4. Document verification. And 5. Troubleshooting and support. Let's kick things off with Section 1, Understanding Renewal, and see how the system actually works behind the scenes. Believe it or not, the state actually tries to do the heavy lifting for you first through what's called an ex-parte renewal. Basically, this means they automatically check state wage records, federal tax data, and Social Security databases. If all the data matches up nicely, they just automatically renew your coverage. Boom, you're done. But if they can't verify your eligibility automatically, that's when they'll mail you a renewal packet. And if you get that packet, it requires your immediate action. Now, if you feel like the renewal process has been, well, exceptionally chaotic lately, you are definitely not alone. During the public health emergency from March 2020 to March 2023, federal law actually prohibited states from removing people from Medicaid. But when that ended, states had to do a massive redetermination, a process they called the unwinding. Millions of people lost coverage nationally through late 2024, often just because of bureaucratic hurdles rather than true ineligibility. So if you lost your coverage recently, just understand the system was incredibly backlogged, and you might still be entirely eligible to reapply right now. Moving right along to Section 2, Preparation. Getting your documents together before you log in will save you a massive headache later. Okay, so the official guidelines recommend getting this checklist completely squared away. You're going to need proof of your Oklahoma residency, something like a current utility bill or a lease. You also need documentation of any household changes, births, deaths, moves, that sort of thing. Plus, gather up any Social Security numbers not already on file, any new health insurance info you might have, and of course, your income verification forms. To put this into perspective and give you a concrete idea of what they're looking for regarding income, let's look at a quick snapshot of the 2026 MAGI, or Modified Adjusted Gross Income Guidelines. For a household of one, a child under 18 can qualify if the monthly income is up to $2,806, while an adult under the expansion program has a limit of $1,848. For a family of 4, those numbers jump up to $5,802 for kids and $3,822 for adults. And here's a fantastic pro tip straight from the official source. Even if you think your income might be a little bit too high, apply anyway. Seriously, some applicants qualify with slightly higher incomes depending on specific circumstances, so let them make the final call. All right, Section 3, Step-by-Step Online Renewal. Now that your documents are ready, let's walk through the actual journey of renewing your coverage online. The online process basically boils down to 4 distinct steps. Step 1, read your OHCA notice carefully so you know exactly what they're asking for and when the firm deadline is. Step 2, head over to mysoonercare.org or, use their mobile app if you prefer. It's on iOS and Android. Log in and update your information. Step 3, upload all those documents we just gathered and hit submit on your application. And Step 4, which people forget all the time, confirm your coverage continued. You should receive a notice of renewal. If you hear nothing after a few weeks, call them to verify. Never just assume silence means success. Okay, I absolutely have to emphasize this next warning because it is crucial. An outdated mailing address is the #1 reason members miss renewal notices and lose their coverage, and it is completely preventable. Under federal rules, Medicaid enrollees are generally required to report household changes, like a new address, a new job, or a change in household size, within 10 days. So if you move, logging into My Sooner Care to update your address need to be right at the top of your to-do list, right next to forwarding your mail. Section 4. Document Verification. So you've submitted your application. What happens next? After you upload your documents, expect a delay. Seriously, it's totally normal. OHCA explicitly states you should allow at least 21 business days for processing because of their high volume. So, deep breaths. When you check your portal, you're going to see one of 3 statuses. Pending review just means it's safely in their system, waiting in line for a coordinator. Document not accepted means they looked at it, but it wasn't the right proof. Like, say, if you uploaded an ultrasound photo to prove pregnancy instead of an official doctor's statement, which they won't accept. If you see the status, don't panic. Just upload the correct document to clear the flag. And finally, review completed means your document was accepted and your case is fully updated. Which brings us to Section 5, Troubleshooting and Support. Let's build a safety net just in case things don't go according to plan. Let's face the absolute most stressful scenario head-on. What actually happens if you log in and realize your Sooner Care coverage was terminated? It feels like a total emergency, but there is a clear protocol to handle it. Take a deep breath, because you have a 90-day window to act. If you believe the termination was a mistake, you have the absolute right to request a fair hearing. And here is a massive tip from the source material. If you file your hearing request before the termination date actually hits, your coverage may continue while the appeal is pending. They call this aid pending status. Or, if you just missed the deadline, submitting a brand new application promptly within that 90-day window can often restore your coverage retroactively. Here are some absolutely crucial lifelines to keep handy. You might even want to snap a quick picture of this slide. The main Sooner Care helpline is 800-987-7767. For highly specific issues like residency or returned mail, call Member Investigations at 405-522-5508. Legal Aid Services of Oklahoma is an amazing resource that provides free assistance for appeals. And finally, Sooner Ride at 877-404-4500 is a great service to know about for scheduling medical transport once your coverage is active. Well, we've covered a ton of ground in this explainer today, from ex-parte renewals to the 90-day appeal window. But I want to leave you with one very simple, immediate question. Have you logged into your My Sooner Care account lately just to double-check that your mailing address is perfectly up to date? Seriously, taking just 5 minutes to do that today might save you from falling through the administrative cracks tomorrow. Finally, just a quick housekeeping note to wrap things up. The information in this explainer is for general educational purposes and is accurate as of production based on official sources. But, systems and rules can update, so always make sure to verify specifics on the official OHCA websites. Also, remember that this explainer does not substitute for personal medical or legal advice. Thank you so much for joining me today, and here's to a completely smooth and successful Sooner Care renewal.